Joe Yang in Beijing, China.
Joe Yang.
Look at that. He wants to know, why do white people wear shoes in the house? Black people may do this too, but I've never been to a black person's house.
Fair point.
Have you ever had a question you wanted to ask the opposite race, but you were too nervous to ask?
I'm Turner Sparks,
And I'm Phil Duckett.
and this is Black and White Advice.
Where we answer all your questions about race, even the scary ones.
This is Black and White Advice.
You've got a question, but you're scared to ask. Just drop the boys a message, cause they're up to the task. They're rolling the dice, they ain't always nice, but you can't think twice when giving black and white advice. Black and white advice.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Turner Sparks.
And I'm the real deal, Phil the Thrill, baby.
On the ones and twos, spinning the knobs, turning the dials, behind the glass, we got Joe the Muscle Russell. Joe, how you doing?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
That's the worst one
That
so
is by
far.
far the worst one you've ever done.
He does a different impression every week. Give us a better one.
Just
Come
give
on.
us yourself if you don't have any.
Wait, what was that an impression of?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
No, into the mic. Give us Cosby.
I can't do Cosby again.
Ah, okay.
You did Rush for 6 weeks.
How about this is Barack Obama.
No, next. No, you ain't destroying my president.
That was a good Obama.
It's very important for white people and black people to have an advice show.
No.
We might have to cut all that.
We're gonna cut all of that. That was fucking terrible.
Folks, we are about $30-$40 away from getting Phil in the mosh pit. Patreon.com/Lost in America. When we hit $250, Phil,
Lost in America.
Lost in America. That's my old show.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus.
like, why are you plugging that?
Patreon.com.
I'm like, wait, what? Let's go ahead and edit this
Take
whole
that-
first half.
Take that again. Take that.
Yeah,
again.
let's the
This
whole
is a
start of
mess.
this. This is.
I've never even seen this before.
I'm going to do a new impression and everything.
Yeah,
we
no,
start
we're
all the way
starting
over?
from the
Start
top.
completely over. But
All right,
we're
start
leaving
over.
this all in.
No, we're not. We're not. All right, everybody, welcome to the show. My name's Turner Sparks.
Phil Duckett.
This is the real one. This is the one that's on the air.
Oh, got you. I thought, okay. And action.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. My name's Turner Sparks.
It's the real deal, Phil the Thrill.
On the ones and twos, behind the glass, spinning the knobs, switching the dials, we got Joe the Muscle Russell. Joe, how you doing?
Hey, boys and girls, it's your old pal Pee-wee.
Hey, there we
pretty
go.
good.
That's better. All right, you guys, patreon.com/Black and White Advice. Go there now. We are within striking distance. I think we are 90% of the way to our $250 a month goal. When we get to that goal, you can make it happen this week. Then we will take Phil Duckett to his first ever punk rock concert. We're going to throw him in the mosh pit. We're going to get him on stage to stage dive. We're going to film the whole thing and put it out to Patreon subscribers only.
I can't wait.
It's coming soon.
I'm terrified, but I can't wait.
Matt, are you into punk? You ever been to a punk show?
Oh, countless.
Okay.
I was like a punk hardcore ska kid in high school.
Good. Okay.
So
me
was
too.
Turner.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to see Dead Milkmen coming up soon.
Oh,
Going
wow.
to see the Queers in a
I
couple
saw
weeks.
they're playing. Yeah, I don't want to go to that.
That was
Okay. I said the same. I said, I'm not going to that
That
one.
was the one I wanted to take him to, but then they sent out a notice that absolutely no stage diving from the venue.
Well, those guys are like in their 70s.
Yeah, they're old guys.
Yeah, they can't be policing people jumping off the stage.
Yeah, well, I guess that's unfortunate. So we got to find a new show. We need like a younger
What's a good punk rock
show
band?
to take him to.
I'm trying to
That
what's
gets
a
wild.
what's a punk band that's coming? I
They
mean,
would let you let you. the
Well,
other
you
thing
just
is-
missed Drug Church. That would have been a good one.
I don't even know them. That would be
They
good.
sound
Maybe we
fun.
need Matt help.
That sounds fun.
Drug
Drug charge.
Church.
Drug Church are a
Oh,
lot
I
of
thought you
fun.
said drug charge. I'm like sick.
I don't know. I'll have to check the internet to see what.
Yeah, what was the other one I was gonna go to? Oh, Less Than Jake might be a fun and the Suicide Machines.
Oh wow.
That might be
That's really bringing it back.
Yeah, that might be a fun mosh pit scene.
I saw Less Than Jake. Was it 2 years ago? And it wasn't as fun as I thought it would be.
Oh, really?
No, it was just kind of sad.
Best punk concert you've been to?
Best punk concert I've ever been to. Actually, Descendants and Suicide Machines.
There- okay.
That was like 97. Yeah.
I heard when you do the Don't Tell in Delaware, Milo, the singer from the Descendants, comes to the shows.
All of them?
Everyone who's done it, they're like, bro, Milo was at the show last week. He goes a lot.
That's crazy.
To Don't Tell Delaware. So maybe that would be a one. That would be. We see the Descendants, but we let them know in advance. We're comedians. We need an in so that they'll let us on stage.
Bouncing Souls are coming too.
That might be it.
That's the fun one.
That's the fun one. Okay, we'll go to that one.
Yeah,
and with H2O, I think, right?
I hope so.
All right, we're boring everybody.
Yeah, this is.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, might as well be talking Greek to me. I'm like, all right, bouncing, counting souls.
Couple shout outs to our Patreon subscribers. Rebecca Grapevine, do you remember her?
Heard it through the grapevine.
So she said, you sung that a couple weeks ago when she joined. She said, oh, tell Phil thanks for singing that song. That's my song. I'm a newspaper reporter in Atlanta. So people literally do hear it from the grapevine when they hear
that is sick. I sang her theme music
through me. That's her theme music. Thank you, Rebecca.
When I come to Atlanta, I'm gonna need a write up for my next show. All right, I gotta get some people
that's what I'm
there.
saying. We own the press now in Atlanta.
We own the press.
We're finally above the law.
Nice.
We own the media.
We can spin it.
Yes. And then Kenan, who's a $20 a month subscriber, said, I don't need a shout out. He said, all I want you to do, please, could you just shout out the old Drunken Clam bar in Suzhou, China on my behalf, or blind Chinese massage dudes in my honor. So I knew this guy out in China. The place where we started stand-up comedy was called the Drunken Clam bar in Suzhou, based off the Family Guy bar. And it was just like this dirt bag. It was basically a dive bar.
And they had a blind Chinese man rubbing y'all down?
He would come in sometimes, yeah. And then you could pay him $5 you'd get a quick massage.
I don't like how none of that sounds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does not sound
There was
good.
also-
No disrespect to the blind, but how they don't know.
You don't know what you're grabbing.
Yeah, they don't know the layout of the body.
So the theory in China was that blind guys were better because you know how when you lose one sense, the other ones become heightened like a superhero.
Is that real?
Yeah. So Chinese.
I just thought that was like
You
Ty
live in-
Goes to the Runner. I thought that was like like an old wives' tale.
Yeah, well, no, listen, it's Chinese. It's ancient Chinese secret, you know?
Okay.
So it can't be wrong. So that's what they believe. So that blind masseuses are the most expensive out there. But then what happens is people started faking like they were blind.
I was going to say, you'd have to like actually scoop your eyes out.
I caught one watching TV when I was getting a massage. And then he goes like this. He's doing the massage and like he's just watching. And then you know how you kind of like look up? I look up and he goes like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this is why you think Stevie Wonder can see, because you've been
This is-
duped.
he
You've
did a
been
Stevie
duped.
Wonder.
He really thinks Stevie Wonder's
Well, we've
blind.
all seen the video.
No, that was Joe Russell said Stevie Wonder.
The Herbie Hancock video.
Which one?
A
The one
mic
where-
stand falls near Stevie, and he's like,
He catches it?
yeah.
But okay, I don't believe that, because then he ends up kissing Al Sharpton in the mouth when they met. Like he was going to, like for a cheek, and he like kissed him like right on the lips.
Well, he's a little.
But it also could be the sense thing. He loses his sight, but he senses mic stands.
Who was the other person that said they saw Stevie Wonder playing basketball? And
A couple people
He
I
was
know.
getting buckets.
No, I saw him shoot a free throw, and he was definitely blind.
Okay.
That ball went straight up and straight down.
On the show today, everybody, we got Matt Wayne, comedian Matt Wayne.
Hello, everybody.
Matt Wayne.
Check out his comedy special on YouTube right now. It's called Give It a Sniff.
No, it's called Take a Sniff.
Oh, I wrote down. Nobody. Right here it says Give It a Sniff.
It's called Take a Sniff.
Your publicist sent me the wrong information. It says
It's on Joe List's YouTube page.
Joe List. He's fantastic. I've heard of him.
He's the best.
I
yeah.
worked with him when I was in South Carolina. I featured for
Then
him.
you took money away from Matt Wayne because he's
Matt
supposed
Wayne
to be.
was not there, and then they were like, "We have in Charleston at Woodson Comedy Club."
You're the fill-in for Matt
I was
Wayne.
never booked anyway.
Oh, but I thought you toured with Joe List.
I do, but I don't know when that was. That might have been before my time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 2 months ago.
Wait a second.
We're here to tell you you've been fired by Joe
But
List.
I wasn't booked by Joe. I wasn't booked by Joe. I was in town. My mom lives in Charleston. I was like, "Hey, I'm in the area. Any spots?" And he was like, "Joe List is headlining. I can give you a feature." I was like, "Done." You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
So yeah, with Joe didn't. We don't know each other that well. We recognize each other. But he's like, "Oh, I've seen you at the Cellar." I was like, "Yeah, thanks for letting me do it." He was
And
like,
then after the show, you were like, "Hey, that other guy, you really don't need him anymore. I'm your new guy.
"Hey, let me know if I can get a weekend." sometime
Forget
soon."
Matt Wayne and the Wayniacs. How are the Wayniacs doing? That's the name of his fan group.
Oh, the Wayniacs are buzzing.
They are.
They are totally buzzing. They
take
love
a sniff.
about Take a Sniff. Yeah.
I love Waniacs.
It's a
Thank
pretty
you.
Good fan
When
base.
a maniac.
I thought I made it up, and then I realized that Wayne Newton calls his fans waniacs, and he actually has fans. So
He's dead though, isn't he?
I don't think
I don't think
he's dead.
I think he's
still
still in
out there?
Vegas.
I think he's like a William Shatner. I feel like he's like 99 and just holding on forever.
Yeah, still has a residency.
Yeah.
Kills it.
He's
Frankie
four-walling it
Valli.
in Vegas.
He just comes out like Frankie Valli, just puts his eyes open, sings a couple bars, goes back into the
Yeah,
darkness,
just lip syncs the
comes
rest.
back out.
I was in Reno and Frankie Valli was performing like 2 years ago. He's got to be 112 years old.
Yeah, he's still going strong. It's crazy.
Sherry, Sherry baby. Do you know that song?
No.
He's from like the 50s.
Oh, see, yeah. We weren't allowed to listen to music back then.
That's true. That was before you guys were allowed.
Yeah, we weren't. We were just making blues.
To listen. We were talking off air about our flag football team.
So
Yes.
Turner's an athlete. For the fans that didn't know, like myself,
Listen.
we learned something new about Turner every week.
I'm a 4-sport athlete, 5-tool baseball player, 6 Sigma certified warehouse construction.
He got injured every game.
7, 8
Have you worked in a warehouse?
pickup sticks. I did, yeah. And Mr. Softy, my ice cream truck company out in China, we had a warehouse, so technically I would work
okay,
there.
gotcha.
Yeah, I would stack pallets.
Nice.
Yeah. So we got the team. You and you still play on the flag football team. I used to play on a flag football team with Matt Wayne, Ray Zawadney.
What was the name of the team? What was the team
The
name?
Bomb Squad.
The Bomb Squad.
Because we're comedians.
All comedians.
And we're bombing it.
And none of the other teams are comedians. So it's not a comedian league. We just had a comedian team. Sean Murphy was on it.
Sean Murphy is the architect. He put it all together.
Sean Murphy put it together. We had no black people.
Sounds about right.
We needed some.
Yeah, I didn't know what type of league. I didn't want to. It was an all-white league. So I was like, "What'd you do?
What'd
you do against the brothers?"
We got our ass kicked.
Yeah.
There was so the team's good now. When I was on it, it was our first year.
Did
and
y'all
we had-
diversify your portfolios? Is that how y'all got better, or is it still all white?
We're still all white.
In this day and age,
In this day
We've
and
been
age.
looking for black people to join the team.
they're like, "Fuck."
We
would
got
have
one. We got
meetings.
one black guy, but he committed so many penalties.
I thought you were gonna say committed suicide. I thought you were gonna say that he killed himself.
He was like, "I'm so sick of this white
I
football.
can't play with these white boys.
No, yeah, we're still a big group of whites, and we lost to a black team last night. As a matter of fact,
Was this the Monstars?
no, the Rhinos.
Okay.
Yeah,
Monstars were like professional athletes.
they are going to be like
They
in the
were
Olympics.
just black, Turner. They were not professional. They were plumbers
guys-
and
No,
warehouse workers.
This was another level. They
I think they were on
decimated
tour.
everybody.
Yeah.
They like won every game like 84-7.
Dude, I remember. So you play in this indoor soccer field. So think of like a hockey rink with the walls. You know,
With
it's
turf?
very tight. It's very tight.
Turf. Yeah, tight. 5-on-5.
5-on-5.
5-on-5. Flag football. And then there's a scoreboard, like a high school scoreboard. It didn't have 3 digits because it's football. So
And they got to 3 digits
they went over 100 on us
in football.
in the game I was in.
I wasn't there for that one. but
These are 6-point points, right? Like
Yeah.
touchdown,
Oh
6
yeah.
points.
We were by the end of the
And you
third
could go for
quarter.
2.
We were down like over 100 to like 20. The idea was that if they doubled your score, was it double the score they would call the game or
Mercy rule?
There was a mercy rule.
There is a mercy rule, but then there's also like there's a point where like 2 teams are like, do you want to just keep playing?
So how
That's
the
what
fuck
happened.
did they get to 100 on y'all?
Because we did that. Because they mercy ruled us like 7 minutes
Some
into the
people
game.
just want to keep playing.
And
they don't
the
care.
game starts at 8. It's supposed to end at 9. By 8:12, we were mercied out of the game, and they were cool. They were like, "Do you guys? Why don't we just keep playing? What? This is kind of stupid." And we're like, "Yeah, we'll keep getting our ass."
We should
kicked.
have
don't care."
switched team. Like we'll take some of your guys.
should've done
That's
that.
not how that works.
Yeah. No.
I see. These are the type of games I wish I could put parlays on because I'd have cleaned up. I was like, no, they're definitely gonna hit the over for sure.
It was over 100 in that game. And then they also had all these fancy ways of not getting you to take their flags. Instead of just running straight, they would
called
run
speed.
straight. No. They had that little like maneuver.
It's called juking, Turner. He was like,
Yeah,
they did sneaky shit.
that maneuver.
They did a lot of sneaky shit so you can pull the flag. Juke?
I didn't know if that was a bad word. Are you allowed to say juke? What's the word you're not allowed to say? That's one. There's another one. Is it
That's one.
That's one.
Oh, you're thinking about jigaboo.
No. There's one that like John Mayer said and had to apologize for. jive or shuck and jive or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's just some white.
I think
people.
you're allowed
You're
to
allowed
say
to say shuck and
jive,
jive.
And then he
jive
apologized
just means
for it.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Shuck and jive means you're tap dancing for
No,
the man.
no. It was the NSYNC guy, not John Mayer. What's the other guy's name?
Lance, the gay one,
No, like the super famous one.
Justin Timberlake.
Timberlake. He had to apologize for saying like juke or jive or some shit.
What?
Juking and jiving.
Joe, look it up. Okay, cool. We'll figure that out.
I'm
at the
like,
end.
that sounds
Anyway,
crazy.
that's what gave me pause. I didn't want to get Timberlake.
Yeah.
Although I think black people
they were
are
doing
fine
some
with
real tricky magic shit. We couldn't pull the flags running.
conniving. Sons of bitches.
Put a
You know they're
spell on us.
sneaky. Oh my god.
Anyway, point is, I broke my toe twice and had to retire from the team.
But one of the times wasn't on the field. You broke it on your coffee table.
I broke
you
it on my
said,
coffee table. The first time it was on the field during a practice, I got checked into the wall.
But see, I hear these type of stories without the football, and I'm like, Turner's not an athlete. You know what I mean? He broke
anyone
his
could
toe.
get injured.
Yeah.
Hey, if you never
They
played,
said you got injured every time you stepped on the field.
that's fake news. That's not true.
I don't think you finished a game. I'm not.
That's not true.
Listen.
That's not true at all.
Listen, you're a great player. You're a great possession receiver, but I don't know that you finished one game.
You're like Joel Embiid.
Hey, he makes a lot of money.
Yeah, to do just do nothing. Just
That's
never
not
finish.
that.
I just have a mental image in my mind of you going.
I think I finished one. There was a game.
How many games are in a season?
6.
1 for 6 is insane.
I do remember. Do you remember the game when we played the girls team and we?
You
That
got
was
hurt
the one.
that game too.
That was our first win.
we beat the girls.
And you got injured.
I did not. No. This idea that I got hurt every game.
Wait,
This is
tell me, did he get hurt?
revisionist history.
I think you did get injured.
I didn't get injured. Somebody checked the girl into the wall and had to apologize.
For what? You can't have equal rights and then apologize for a check.
Did I do that?
I didn't
I'm
want to
Urkel.
say it. It was you.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
I checked the girl into the.
Wasn't it?
No.
He's like, Spike don't play
I
with
think
girls.
It was you.
It might have been me,
I
but
could be
that's because
misremembering.
I'm equal opportunity. You want to get
Yeah,
on the
and
field?
I like
I'll
that.
throw you in the
Yeah,
wall.
you said you wanted to
yeah.
play. Let's play. That's
What
how we
is
play.
funny is there are a lot of teams have one girl,
Yes.
and then so you're lining up. Back before we figured out zone defense, we were playing man, and then it was always funny to hear Sean Murphy go, "I'll take the woman." Like, okay, cool.
Nah, I met a couple girls who could toast some dudes in flag football though. You always get like a couple like lesbian chicks.
The all girls team we beat, we didn't like crush them.
No, it was
It was
very close
close.
to being very embarrassing. I mean, it was embarrassing anyway, but the loss would have been.
Yeah.
Guys, they wouldn't let you back in the league. They're like, we were fine.
Yeah, it would have been tough. You should play, Phil.
I'm always down for some sports.
Phil played in a basketball tournament, like comedians only basketball tournament.
Oh, the big Walkowski?
Hamburger was the referee.
Really?
No, he wasn't.
That's
the
not the
referee.
That's not
Hamburger
the big
was
Walkowski,
one of the
though.
coaches.
Oh, I thought he was the ref.
Yeah, he wasn't the ref.
Hamburger.
Hamburger. And he
I
had his
opened up for
cowboy hat on.
Hamburger once.
Did you?
Yeah. Bombed.
And
His
he
crowd is kind of set. On
did
what
he
they
destroy?
want.
Of course. Of
course.
course.
I would love to see him perform.
I went on after the national anthem.
Okay, what the national anthem? What comedy club had a national anthem?
It wasn't a comedy club. It
Pledge
was,
of Allegiance?
It was like a concert hall in Buffalo. I don't even think it exists anymore. It was called the Sphere. Yeah, and
You know it?
It's town ballroom now.
Oh yeah.
But it used to be called Sphere, and yeah, I went on after the national
Why
anthem.
did they do a national anthem?
I don't know.
Because some people have respect for this country.
Yeah,
But before a comedy show?
it crushed. People loved the anthem.
The national anthem killed?
People loved the anthem. Then I got up there, and they were like, "What the fuck is this guy's problem?"
So if you open for Hamburger, are you the opening act or are you a appetizer?
Oh, boy. Oh, I knew something was
I knew
coming.
a food joke was
I
coming.
could see the wind up.
I thought you were going to say, or the helper.
I was the relish. I was the
So
bomb
you're
and
doing
relish.
it's a theater?
I mean, this was years ago. I mean, it wasn't a theater. It was like a concert hall.
It was standing room too.
yeah, it's like where a punk show might be.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. And then, so you go out, and then is there another act, or it's just straight to Hamburger?
just straight to Hamburger.
National anthem, Matt Wayne, Hamburger.
Yeah, that's right. It was cool.
What a show.
So Wayne's from Buffalo. He confirmed Joe's story that dicks were out when their parents were in high school.
Yeah, this is insane. So you're also
Well, this is like
confirming
3 weeks in a row we brought this up now because it's mind-boggling that this is not.
that your parents' generation, our parents' generation, in the city of Buffalo, swam naked in high school
This
gym
isn't like
class.
a river they found. This is school district orchestrated pedophilia.
Now, I don't know about my parents, but I've heard this. I've heard this from other parents, and I've even heard it from like New York City parents that like when they did the swimming unit in gym class, it was just everyone naked in the pool.
But it was boys. It was all boys
They
class
separate.
or all girls class, right?
I guess so. I don't know. But
They
I also
had to
remember,
be,
I'll tell you
because
this,
it's boys.
when I was in 5th grade, okay,
Oh boy.
in Buffalo, I remember the gym teacher was like, they were trying to teach us about hygiene. They're like, you all need to get deodorant.
Okay.
It was the first time as a boy.
So
I
far,
had to
so
be,
good.
I was like, I need some speed stick or something. And then they were like, also, we're going to start showering after gym class.
Okay.
And I remember being like,
A little iffy.
this is weird because we're, how old are you in 5th grade?
11.
Yeah.
And then like, so that's how it was. And then like, they were like, all right, everybody clothes off in the showers. And then like, we were all just like taking our clothes off. And then I remember the gym teacher walking in going, hubba, hubba. He said,
Whoa!
and then like, I remember like going home. I think we just all fell for it. And then going home and being like,
He's doing a
And I was like-
Van Taylor.
I was like, Dad, they made it, Mom, Dad, they made us shower. They made us shower at school.
He's doing all the 90s sitcoms.
I am. I'm doing. Did I do that? Whoa.
He's doing the Joey Lawrence. Hubba's a crazy one.
It was crazy. And I told my parents, I was like, they made us shower, and he came in and said, hubba, hubba. And they were like, so?
That's just good old-fashioned coaching.
Yeah. That's just like very minor pedoing.
You're like, Mom, he said daddy likey when he came in.
And bit his thumb. Oh God, Daddy like is.
I remember when we were in junior high, it was California junior high. They had showers. Or they didn't even have showers. They just had like lockers. And they were like, before gym, everybody go change. But no one ever got naked. And I think it was even optional to change. So everyone just like, you take your, you keep your boxers on and change shorts. And that was as far as anybody went.
We had gym uniforms,
Yeah, that's what I mean. We had to change into our uniforms.
Yeah, but there were showers, and nobody ever used them. I think that was from like the earlier times. And then once I got to high school, when we played football, that's when showers became a thing. But even still, we all kept our tights on. Like we would just soap with our spandex.
It was similar. That was
We
our
never
thing,
got
too.
full naked.
It's crazy. You watch like an 80s film.
They were always
they're
and
all
they're all
snapping
like, they're
towels.
snapping,
Yeah.
they're doing this shit. Everyone's like,
Yeah, they're
they're
all like butt naked.
and
That
yeah,
turned out-
like no one was in the shower.
That was my biggest fear when I went to middle school, though, because my mom had heard that they had to shower and then we didn't. But I was like, I don't want to get naked in front of everybody.
Yeah.
No,
and
no
I
one
remember like
wants to be
panicking about that. I was like, everybody's gonna be looking at me, and I already was always like the only brother at my school normally, and I was like, I'm not about to be nobody's science project. You know what I mean? Like,
If you were the only black guy in my class, I'd probably be looking too. I'd be like, let's see, is it true?
every episode,
Hubba.
hubba, hubba. Did I do that?
every episode, Joe says some shit that makes me question everything.
I'll tell you this: 4 years of high school, all 4 years, I had first period gym. I was furious. First period.
First thing in the morning?
Yeah, first period. So you're so
you're sweaty the whole
You're so
day?
self-conscious in high school. You want to like look cool, and then like boom, your day is wrecked. Yeah.
I was in band class all 4 years. I played drums, and it substituted for PE, so I never had PE in high school.
So once I make
Wow.
It was the most out of shape band I've ever been
varsity,
in my life.
your practice was your gym period, so that'd be the last period of the day.
Yeah, okay.
So,
So they
yeah.
just counted it. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so we'd have class, and then the last period would be your gym, which would be basketball, to start a basketball practice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that adds up. Should we get to our questions?
Yeah, it's about that time.
All right, everybody. We'll be right back with your black and white advice, questions, and answers.
Hey, you want to get bonus content, early episodes, and have your questions answered on the show?
Well, then subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/blackandwhiteadvice and subscribe right now.
Do it, and we'll give you a shout out on a future episode.
And I might call you the N-word.
All right, everybody, we're back. First question comes to us from, this is Alexander, who's written in before. He's a Patreon subscriber. What's up, dude? 45-year-old white dude in Nebraska. He was the original. So this has been a question we've been going on for like months now. He was the original person who asked, if I'm alone in my car,
Can you say?
can I rap
And
the
we've
N-word?
already told you numerous times, Nebraska, do what you want, and if you get caught, that's your ass.
No, but he has an update.
Oh.
because he said he kept listening, and you had said something later on that there was, because I proposed the idea that the best way to get people to watch the NBA All-Star game is if you separate the teams by race. If you have a white team versus a black team, if you're worried about ratings, people will watch that. That is something people will watch.
No, they won't, because the All-Star game
East-West,
already
no one
sucks
cares.
as it is.
Yeah, it's already a bad All-Star
So
game.
now we got a All-Star team that looks like your flag football team. Who the fuck wants to watch that shit?
Well, Luka Jokic. I mean, if you only went Americans, yeah, we wouldn't have anybody. But if you allowed Europeans,
Austin
but
Reeves.
yeah, that would be.
That's about it.
AR-15 is a
It'd
problem,
be pretty tough.
but it still wouldn't be a close game.
Anyway,
No,
you
no,
had
no, no,
mentioned that like anyone that was half would be considered black because there was like a one drop rule. Or
Well, yeah,
something?
the one drop rule is a real thing. Back
Okay,
in the day.
here's the update from Alexander. He said
Did he find a drop?
Yeah, he did his 23andMe. He has a drop.
He said he's an 8th black.
Yeah,
Eighth? That's more than a drop.
He never heard of the one drop rule till Phil brought it up. So he wants to know now, can he
What was the percentage?
wrap the
Fuck
N-word
the
in his
eighth.
car?
So what is the eighth? What is it? Is it has to be 25%? That's the one drop rule.
Oh, an
There's
8th
always
is like 12. Is it 12%?
no, you can't say it.
8th out of 100?
Is 8%.
Yeah.
It's 8%. No, I don't
Eight
think
out of 100 would be 8%.
that is wildly untrue.
Don't you know how decimals
We
work?
have math class.
Eighth of 100.
No, is it 0.8 or 0.08?
8% is 8 out of 100.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's 1/8.
8%. Oh, 1/8.
1/8.
I thought you said 8%.
1/4 is not 4%.
No, but I thought you originally said 8%. That is.
Oh, excuse me. I meant he's 1/8. I might have said he's 8%. I'm sorry.
See,
I'm sorry.
you set
I
the table wrong.
apologize.
Joe,
Lost
what is
in
it? Joe,
America,
what is it?
give
1/8?
it a sniff.
What is 1/8 in percentage?
Give it a sniff. Give it a sniff, everybody. Check on it.
I don't know. I'm looking at.
Just get on a calculator.
Even the computer doesn't know what an eighth
It's
is.
12%.
Wait, an eighth? Well, what's an eighth of weed?
Yeah, there you go. Now we're speaking.
3.5.
3.5. So he's 3.5%.
No.
I don't know.
That would mean 3.5 times 8.
It's my understanding there'd be no math. I can't. I'm already
12.
proven I don't know what I'm talking about.
12.5.
I was closest.
You can. So to answer your question,
He's 12.5% black.
you can say nig.
There you go.
But you can't finish
You
it.
can say half. That's not
Yeah,
a bad comp.
yeah.
Oh, because it's halfway to 25%.
I love my nig.
There you go. All right. That's
And then
a good-
cut yourself off.
There you go.
All right.
Alexander. Look at that.
He doesn't have that type of self control. If he says nig, he's gonna say There's no
Listen,
in between.
if a tree falls in the woods and there's no one around to hear it, he's a white dude in Nebraska.
Nebraska.
He's an 8th black guy in Nebraska.
First of all, you're in Nebraska. They're all saying it anyway. You'll blend.
you can say whatever you want.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you say it too.
Look at that. Next question comes to us from
You little niglet.
Zhou Yang in Beijing, China.
Joy Young.
Look at that. He wants to know, why do white people wear shoes in the house? Black people may do this too, but I've never been to a black person's house.
Fair point. Some black people do wear shoes. What I'll tell you, if you live in New York City, I haven't met anybody that lets shoes go in New York City. And if they did, I probably wouldn't be their friend, because you just walk through so much nasty in the city that you would always take your shoes off at the door. You don't know what you stepped in that day, so shoes always come off at the door.
I was on my way here, and there was a turd on the stairs of the subway station.
See?
Ugh.
That's
There's turds everywhere.
There's turds everywhere. So you would never.
Somebody dropped trout and took a poop.
Yeah, like human shit. And that's the thing. You see that? So I would never wear shoes. But like down south, like some of my relatives don't allow it. But at the same time, they just don't want you tracking mud. And it's not for the fact because you drive everywhere. So you're really not thinking about what you're stepping in. But it depends. Like some people, they don't mind it. Like, it's whatever. As long as your feet are clean, wipe your feet off on the doormat.
Yeah.
And you can do that. But that's what I'm saying. I think it's a region thing. Like, you
I
do a
think
lot of
you have
walking
some-
here.
I think also depends on the situation. Like if you're in your own house, why would you have your own shoes on anyway?
Yeah,
wanna
you
be
put your
comfortable.
house slippers
But if you
on.
have like a dinner party, you want to make everybody take their boots and dress then you're like then you just got to clean the floors after they leave.
I think there's an exception with dress shoes.
You think so?
Like I've been to family members' houses, and like if you got your dress shoes on, they're kind of clean. You don't use them all the time.
That could be it.
Yeah, they
'cause
can't be everyday shoes.
There's also the idea that you're in a car, like in the suburbs, you go from car to like driveway to car to driveway.
Yeah,
to car
And
to
I tell
driveway.
you, every time I'm back home, I've never seen human feces on the street in
Yeah,
South
exactly.
Carolina ever.
You never walk through your friend's suburban driveway.
Yeah, and just
It's just a homeless dump.
right. And then if you step in dog shit, you know it. So you definitely don't wear those shoes. So I think it's like a region and
It all depends.
I think
In every Asian household, shoes come off. Chinese,
100%.
Japanese,
Oh yeah,
Korean.
yeah. I mean, the ones I've been in, and I've been to those countries. Yes, all of them, shoes off.
It might also be a self-conscious thing about foot odor.
I think they're just cleaner. They're very clean.
Well, I just mean like white people. I'm saying like people be like, oh my feet might stink. I don't want to take my shoes off and unleash this.
I think part of it is the idea that if you like you said like a fancy dinner party, like my parents, also his generation, my parents never have people take their shoes off when they come to their house, and I think they would feel weird about having a bunch of people over for dinner, and then like everything smells because it smells like feet.
Gotcha.
They're just like keep it on. And
So
we'll
foot
sweep
odor
up.
plagues the white
I
community.
think foot odor.
I think it does.
plagues the white
'Cause I
community.
was like, that's really didn't even cross my mind. But in like China, don't they sit like Indian style with no chairs?
That's Japan.
Okay, so
Yeah.
shoes would
On
be
the
weird.
floor.
Yeah, so you can't
Yeah.
really have shoes on for that. You can't Indian style with the shoes on.
That's true.
You know,
Do you think they call it Indian style
I hear that's outlawed now.
in Japan? Everyone has natives that whatever the type of Indian they are
Apparently,
that
Indian
cross their
style is
legs.
heavily frowned upon now. But every Indian person I know, they're like, it is Indian style though. I mean, that's how we say.
How many Indian people do you know?
Oh, I fucked a couple of reservation chicks. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a couple of chicks from the
And
res.
even they say Indian style.
Yeah. They're like, well, we created pretty much everything.
It's our style.
Yeah, it's
we
our
can
style.
decide what it.
And then I was like, whoa, and it was like, they don't do that.
Is that what you did when you went down on her? We'll cut this part.
You do not cut that part.
You do not cut that part. Oh, baby, we're lost in America.
Now we have to keep the opening. It's a callback. Yeah. All right. So I think it is mostly. So here's my question with this one to you, Phil, is with black people, is it like a 50-50? Because I feel
With
like
the shoes off?
my parents' generation, all white people, it's shoes on. I remember shoes on the couch. I remember people doing that.
Y'all,
Shoes
but
on.
y'all,
That's
have,
great.
y'all have
On
no
carpet.
rules. Y'all have no rules.
I remember all that.
You'll
stuff.
get your ass beat putting shoes on the couch in a black family. You will literally they'll take the belt off. Are you out of your mind? On the couch?
I remember people doing
You'll
that.
get
That's
the belt.
nuts.
You'll get the belt for that.
I remember like friends sitting, like putting their feet up on my couch.
My mom would
shoes
have
on.
drugged them off by the ankles. I swear to my mom would have. Are you crazy? This
I
is
just
real
remember
leather.
shoes on being a totally normal thing from my childhood.
Turner, y'all wash your hair with palm olive. So what
Yeah,
you
we did
say
that
we
in our
take with a
house.
grain of salt, okay?
Yeah.
If that was the norm, I was like, then it was the complete opposite of what
Do
everybody
you know
else was
why I
doing.
think it is? We don't. It's shoes off everywhere when people come to your house. It's a slippery slope to then you become the family that has like plastic on your furniture and stuff. No,
That's
do you know what I
your
mean?
grandparents have. Black grandparents always have plastic on furniture.
Do they?
And Italians.
Yeah, okay, I didn't
And
know that.
Italians?
Black grandparents,
Yeah.
furniture. I used to hate going to my grandparents' house overnight because they had plastic on the mattresses. And you want to talk about the hottest sleep of your you'd wake up stuck to that. Just sweat in the middle of the night, just drenched in sweat.
That's like
no
Boy
good.
Scout camp.
Oh,
so that way
God,
If you pee
plastic.
on
plastic on everything.
the mattress, it'll just.
I
slip
remember
right
my
off.
homeboy, grandma died, and she left him the house, and he was like, "Man, I'm fucked up," and he was like, "Well, time to get the plastic off shit," and just started ripping plastic off
What's
everything.
the point of living?
Preserving. They're like, "This is our antique furniture." It
But then if
preserves
you're
it.
never gonna sit on it,
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
then you're never enjoying.
Right.
what
Just
you
in
have.
case it gets photographed, it's pristine.
Yeah, pristine.
I
mint
do remember
condition.
houses in China would keep like on the microwave when I lived out there. That you know how that comes with that film on it initially when you're shipping it, so it doesn't scratch the thing. They would keep the film.
I just
on.
took mine off.
Did you?
Because it was starting to peel.
Did you?
I always keep it on as long as it'll take.
And that's just so.
I
it
feel like
doesn't-
it gives you less gamma rays. So you know, turn to a whole.
It's a scientific thing.
Yeah, so scientific.
Bill,
I don't want to become sterile.
Phil Nye, the science
Standing
guy.
in front of it while my noodles are cooking.
Yeah.
Just keep it on.
All right, next question.
Yes.
Here we go. Which one should we do here?
Last week was such a long episode, so I'm excited. You know what I mean? I think this will be good. We got a flow.
This is a tighter pace.
Yeah, it's tighter pace for sure.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
This is from. Oh, this one's mostly for Phil. Guy in Provo, Utah.
It's not for me. I don't know no white people in Utah.
He says, "I love the show. What is the black consensus on Karl Malone?"
Oh man, he's
He
a
says-
rapist. The mailman is a great basketball player who raped a child, denied the child. The child now plays in the NFL, and he still want nothing to do with him. He's not a good person. And my sister used to hang out with his daughter in Louisiana.
This is why people ask us the question. There's always some connection.
My wife's from Utah, and I
Wasn't-
think she knows someone that babysat his kids or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
When he was 21, when he was playing at Louisiana Tech, Which I went to Grambling. Louisiana Tech is 7 minutes from Grambling.
Okay.
The town's over. And he's a king there. Like he has a whole, I think he just opened up a mall there, but he has a huge estate. My sister went to high school in Ruston. And so she knew her daughter and they became real close. So she used to go to Karl Malone's house.
The daughter that was in the WNBA?
No, he had a
Different
couple
daughter.
different
Yeah,
daughters.
okay.
But so that's how, and I was like, I always watched the NBA. Of course, I was a Michael Jordan fan, so I knew Karl Malone great. But then as I got older, and then I heard the story, and then I found out it was true. 21 years old, fucks a 13-year-old.
Yes.
Gets her pregnant, denies the baby because he didn't want to pay like $1 million in child support, which that was nothing to what he was making.
That's what it was?
It was like a
$1
million.
mil?
And he was like, absolutely not. And so denies the baby grows up to be a superstar, played for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then when he met him as an adult, he was like, well, you're a grown man now. There ain't nothing I can do for you. And still denied. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, you made your own name.
Yowza.
So no, he didn't do the whole thing where like, now that you're famous, I'm gonna be in a relationship
he was
with
like,
you?
he was like, you became something anyway. I can't do anything.
Whoa.
He's a tough guy.
He's a
Whoa! Did I do that?
I think also Malone was, which, you know, he was the first player also when like Magic was coming back.
with AIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the
He
first
played
one to
with
be like, whoa.
I'm
By the way,
let's-
I think he was right. He wouldn't play against Magic. Magic was HIV positive, and he was like, hey, I've talked to doctors. If Magic gets a cut and it gets onto me,
No, I mean, he was right to be like,
I
is
could
this-
get AIDS.
Yeah.
And every other player was like, this bigot.
Yeah.
And like, on that one specific instance,
But that's
it was probably good doctor
that's
advice.
It's like selective outrage. So fucking a kid, okay. AIDS, I draw the line.
Yeah, he's trying to distract from the kid fucking.
Everyone overlooked the kid
Yeah.
part.
He was like, he's got a point. Like,
They're like,
no, this guy is kind of flawed.
They're like, did you fuck a kid? He's
a
like,
big
did you hear
hit.
my stance on Magic? Well, let's move
You
it
don't
along.
want to get AIDS, you bigot.
Yeah. Karl Malone, not so hot.
Ironically, I think he's very well liked I know he's well liked in Salt Lake City.
They got 3 niggas in the whole state. Of course he's well liked. He brought him damn near a championship.
He has a
White
street
people,
named after him.
Let me tell you something what I haven't learned about white. Even the most racist white people, if you're a star athlete, they make an exception.
Yeah.
I know plenty of white people who are like, I never believe in fucking interracial dating, and then their daughter starts dating the running back from the Georgia Bulldogs. He's like, Marquise has always been one hell of a person.
We draw the line at linebacker.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well,
It's,
fine
running back,
young
it's
man.
all about what they can do for it, or if he had a bright future. He can't just be any old nigga. But
Yeah.
he's a workhorse.
Yeah.
No. White people are weird. But that's how it goes. They pick and choose.
It's true.
We got okay ones. But he does have a street named after him in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw it when I was there.
Karl Malone has his way.
Karl Malone Boulevard.
Has his way?
All right. I believe that's it. We got one more question, but we're gonna save it for the Patreon show. Unless I missed something here, I think we're good. Yeah, Joe, what do you got? You got any white lies and dark truths?
Oh, yeah, we just got one here. Wayne Newton, guys. He's 83 years old. And
Wow.
he's performed over 30,000 solo shows in Las Vegas over a period of 40 years, earning him the nickname Mr. Las Vegas.
All
You know how I
right.
know who Wayne Newton is? I never knew his music. From Vegas Vacation. He's about to fuck the mom.
What a good movie.
Oh, one of my favorites. Mr. Papa Giorgio.
My friend's fake ID in high school was Nick Papagiorgio.
That is so fire.
got
But
that
any guy who knows pop culture be like, get the fuck out of
I
here.
know, right?
Turner, I couldn't find anything about Justin Timberlake and a racist thing.
Oh, you couldn't find anything?
No, maybe it's someone else.
Yeah.
I could be misremembering who
Joey
it was.
Fatone.
It was Joey Fatone.
Maybe.
Is he the astronaut? One of them is an astronaut, aren't they?
They got an astronaut in there?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Space. With,
I didn't know NSYNC
before
went
the
to
ladies
space.
did.
Oh, don't even get me started on that fucking space trip.
The space ladies?
Kissing the ground. I love the memes. They're like, I'm sure the astronauts that were up trapped for 9 months watching Katy Perry kiss the earth after 10 minutes. That's so true.
What I love about that story is it's rare that the whole world has something we can come together and
Yeah,
laugh
they're like,
at.
that's bullshit.
Like, at least, just no one's offended. Usually there's one side that's like, no, that's a little offensive to me. Everyone's on the same side of this.
Yeah.
It's like, these people are full of shit.
Wendy's went after her.
Wendy's, the hamburger restaurant?
Yeah, they like trolled her on X.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whoever runs these X accounts or so,
Yeah.
they got some young kids doing it because it's so funny. Some of the things they'll say. I'm like,
running
they
like
do.
the corporate accounts.
yes, the things they'll.
The
tweet.
best part I heard someone say, they're like, do you know what? Like, because the whole thing they said is like, we're now women to show that women can also be astronauts. We all went to space. Meanwhile, none of them are astronauts, right?
Meanwhile, NASA canceled like 9 women.
There
astronauts.
are women astronauts.
But because of DEI, they removed them from the website. And they're like,
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and they're like, yeah. You guys are fucking empowering the youth when we have actual female astronauts who are getting banned from the website.
They're real female astronauts.
Real
These
scientists.
women are like, what about me?
Yeah.
I did this.
No.
I saw, by the way, that whole thing about DEI banning. They also banned, you know, the Enola Gay? You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
It was the plane that dropped the atomic bomb. And the pilot named it after his mom, whose name is Enola Gay. That also got banned because they just saw the word gay.
Yeah, and they're not
assumed
even reading anything.
Yeah, they assumed it was like
I agree with that though. That makes sense. It's a little gay.
little gay. That's it. That's the show, everybody. Go check out Take a Sniff. Yes. YouTube streaming now. Matt Wayne filmed it in Queens, New York. Am I right?
Brooklyn, the gutter, yeah.
I knew it was a bowling alley. I didn't know which one it was.
That's okay.
Check it out, everybody.
Just watch it.
We will be Patreon subscribers. Stick around. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, go subscribe right now, and you're going to get the bonus show starting in 30 seconds for everybody else. Stay black.
Stay black, baby.
You've got a question, but you're scared to ask. Just drop the boys a message, 'cause they're up to the task. They're all